Joe Biden, he's been going around and saying that higher gas prices and inflation, it's all because of Putin. He's literally been calling it Putin's price hike. Right? Great PR. Shall we take a look?
China and should be Ukraine and
here you go. He's confusing countries again.
largest grain producers in the world. China and should be Ukraine and Russia are not doing what they usually do. So everything's going up. We saw today's inflation data. 70% of the increase in prices in March came from Putin's price hike in gasoline.
What the fuck? You sanctioned Russian energy imports, you dumb motherfucker. You lying. Even this bird shat on him. A bird literally crapped on Biden while he said that, which I think, perfectly encapsulates how I feel about this monstrosity or this ridiculous. What do you mean Putin's price hike? Dude, I was live. I was literally watching the gas prices and oil prices go up live with you guys on the channel when the Americans were saying, when they were contemplating banning Russian energy. We saw that together live, right? We were streaming for like 8 hours, something ridiculous. Highest oil prices since 2008, barrel of oil up to $135. Dutch, British gas, also at their highest since several years, since many, many years. And that was a direct result of the Americans saying we might ban Russian energy imports. And then when they did ban them, it went up even higher. Putin's price, oh my God. Man, if listen, let me explain this very simply. Putin's price hike would be if the Russians said, you have to pay double for gas. They're not doing that. They're not. They're being paid more because you sanctioned Russian energy imports. Yes, but that's not Russia. If Russia wanted to be, really vindictive, they could just turn off the gas. And yes, they would lose revenue in the short term. But again, where the Europeans don't have alternatives, the Russians do in Asia. So you can't deny that. They have places to take their gas, people that are willing to do business with them to the east, to the south. Europe doesn't have an alternative to Russian gas, at least not now. And I think this is very disgusting because, they've been printing money like you would not believe, right? Trillions. And then they want to blame all of this on Russia. Man, this is so disgusting, really. It's typical capitalism. They have this, they've engineered this system that relies on, having the working class face the full brunt of their recklessness every couple of years. And I don't think most people have recovered from the crash in 2008, right? But just generally speaking, they act so recklessly, whether it was, in 2008 or right now with this insane money printing. They impose sanctions on Europe's, top energy importer, one of their most important partners. Again, Russia is one of the top suppliers of fertilizer, in addition to gas and oil, and wheat. So what do you expect? You're basically trying to isolate this country from the world economy. Of course prices are going to go up, you idiot. Russia didn't raise the prices. A price hike is when you purposely, try to, basically make people pay through the nose, right? And fork up extra cash for no reason. That's not what happened. There's blowback right now, and because they're too proud to admit this, they can't admit that we caused this, we meaning the liberals in the EU and the United States. They have to come up with this ridiculous line, Putin's price hike. What garbage. What garbage. Someone should give that bird a prize for doing us all a favor. And I like this phrase. He says, they're not doing what they usually do. What does that mean? They're not doing what they usually do. They're not doing it as they're told. I don't even know what that means. As far as I'm aware, no one has cut back production unless, of course, it's a result of the war, but purposely no one. And this is, of course, something that you've been seeing a lot. Jem Psaki, the White House spokesperson, she was also talking about this. Do you remember this clip?
You may have noticed this week that your gas prices have gone up. I want to talk to you a little bit about why. A lot of it has to do with Vladimir Putin. The reality is that Russia is one of the 3 largest oil producers in the world. And the fact that they have started this conflict, invaded a foreign country, and they are such a big producer of oil in the world is the reason why the global oil markets are disturbed right now and why your gas prices are going up. The president's going to do everything he can to bring down the price of gas for the American people. But there are a few facts you should be aware of. U.S. production of oil and gas is rising. In fact, in the first year of the Biden presidency, there was more oil and gas produced in the United States than the first year of the Trump presidency. And there's opportunities to produce more from here. But part of this is on the oil companies. Right now, there are 9,000 approved unused permits that oil and gas companies could tap into now to ramp up production. So what the president is doing is ensuring we're taking steps here to get more oil out into the global marketplace. That includes the release of 40 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve back in the fall, and he just announced the planned release of an additional 30 million barrels. The only way to protect the United States over the long term is to become energy independent. That's why the president has been so focused on investing in clean energy technologies, so that we've...
What? You just bloody said that there's all this oil that hasn't been tapped into. And now it's saying we're going to invest in clean energy. Am I hallucinating? Did she not just contradict herself? Like, oh my God, I'm speechless. They lie so badly. It's not even well done. It's just horrible. It's just horrible.
And there's opportunities.
They're proud that they're producing more oil than Trump. Hold on a second. I thought Democrats are supposed to be like the people that are believers in science. Like unlike those Republicans who don't believe in climate change. Do you remember this whole nonsense that they keep coming up with? Oh, we care about the environment. We believe in science. We're going to act on climate change. Yeah, what? Doing what? What exactly? Please explain that to me. Did Obama and of course Biden with him, did they not crack down on protesters? You remember Keystone and the pipelines under the Obama administration, how they absolutely crushed people protesting against that. You had the state sending out the authorities to basically defend corporate interests of big oil, and now their solution is, well, we can just tap into more of our reserves, which they have done, as a matter of fact, after this video came out. But I just want to say one thing. If you're really worried about oil, you could maybe not invade so many countries, then you would have more oil. Remember, the US military is the world's biggest polluter. It takes a lot of oil to occupy other countries and have 800 military bases. So just by, having a few hundred less, if that's okay with you, you could solve a big chunk of your problem just like that. But of course, that's not how it works. I'm so sick of these people, man. They're so boring. Oh God. No, I really understand now why MSNBC wanted her. She's such a good propagandist. She speaks with such conviction,